Just bear with me, just let all know that I'm live. Yeah, I hope everyone in chat is doing well. In here and see. Thank you very much. Letting me know, it's always good. But yeah, we are back, and I have a new team. I've not tested at all. I have literally trained my Pokemon before stream, not used them yet. Not really figured the team out or anything, but that's what we're here for, right? That's why I am here right now. So I've got 3 new Pokemon to try out. I've got, I guess not so much a surprise, because I think I've already talked about it anyway, but basically just trained up the Paradox versions of the Legendary Trio. The Legendary Beasts. Also as call whenever. So yeah, I've basically just gone ahead and trained like the Raging Bolt, Gouging Fire, and Walking Wake. So I'll be excited to give them a try out and see how I can build a team around them. Don't want to give away too much for people who maybe wanted to challenge me there.
Hello.
Oh, there he is. Oh.
I'll always lisp because I'm talking on my phone.
Yeah, you do, for some reason, just come up with a weird list because of, like, I guess Discord, like, just noise gating, and your phone, like, I guess, is, like, a lesser quality mic, so that it just, for whatever reason, technology all comes together to make Carl have a lisp. But,
that was my bad. I closed Discord. Joe, when you, like, try and close, like, the call.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I'll close the call, but I'll close Discord, but keep the call open, but the call needs to have Discord open. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've had it plenty of times, right, where I'm just like, oh, we've finished recording, and I accidentally close down, like, all tabs, including our conversation, and I come back in, like, oh, sorry.
And I'll just sit there like, wow, Lucas is like quiet, innit?
Like, Lucas just left the conversation pretty abruptly. It's like, I'm sorry.
But I can never tell, is it because Lucas is rude? Is it because he shut Discord? Or because he got blue screen?
Yeah, because it's been a weird thing over the last couple of months of, like, sometimes when I close OBS after, like, streaming or whatever, it just only OBS, but sometimes it causes a blue screen, so Carl's like, did Lucas hang up on me, or did Lucas get a blue screen from closing OBS?
Just saying that.
That's what I keep doing. I keep just telling Carl, it's like, oh no, it's OBS, sorry, I'll speak to you later.
It's such a good hustle. I keep falling for it as well. Such a fool.
But yeah, Carl, as I was mentioning earlier, I've just done a little, like, train up of, like, Walking Wake, Raging Bolt, and Gouging Fire, which are the 3 legendary beasts, but, like, the Paradox versions.
Which I don't know how they work, so I look forward to explaining that to them.
I'm not overly sure how they work, other than I've given them a moveset and, like, stat spread that was, you know, recommended for VGC on Smogon.
No, just go on Smogon, what do they tell you to do?
Basically, yeah, and then I figured, you know, you can kind of take that build and see how you want to change it, because, for example, with Urshifu, it told me originally, use a choice band. I'm like, okay, but I tried using a choice band with Urshifu. I don't particularly like choice items because you get locked in. I like a bit more versatility, so I decided to change that to, like, a Life Orb. So I kind of always go, I don't know how to use this Pokemon. Use that as, like, a neutral slate, and then kind of try and work things a little bit around it.
Form of the Pokemon, and then you can just adjust it as you see fit.
Exactly,
yeah. That's how meta shift.
Yes, yeah. And I already have a couple of ideas in my head running around for, like, what Pokemon I could potentially use for when, like, the regulation comes in May and just Pokemon gets broken.
No, because you're like mythicals in, right?
Yeah. Well, not. I think it's not mythicals, but it's all of the legendaries.
So great. So Pokemon becomes even less fun.
So Pokemon becomes, like, welcome to Shadow Calyrex and Kyogre again, basically.
Did they learn nothing from, like, the finals for 3 years straight, just being Primal, Groundon, and Kyogre?
Yeah,
I guess that
right.
looks good for them, though, like marketing wise. Of like, oh, the two box legendaries are facing off against each other. So, no, because they're literally the two most powerful Pokemon in the game.
Yep.
They set up permanent weather for their team.
The fact
Imagine
that
like
it was
try
like,
more like, ground on with like those fucking Pokemon photosynthesis.
well, that's the ability that all three of these legendary beasts have.
Oh, weather says.
They are the photosynthesis users.
Oh, okay, so they'll be really good as well.
So Groudon
Like,
might actually be way more OP than Kyogre this time.
Yeah, because
photosynthesis like is on 20 Pokemon, whereas no one really, no big main threats in this game that are introduced apart from maybe like Water Ogerpon are really going to benefit from the rain, but a lot of them are going to benefit from sun.
it's just like, why is photosynthesis so good? Like, isn't it just like it raises your best stat in sun?
Essentially, yeah. Just in the sun, the best stat goes up.
And like, so many useful Pokemon have it. So it's just like, if you got sun, just whether like 2/3 of your team can just suddenly get their best stat rate on being brought in.
Yeah, Miraidon's also a really good choice to just dominate. I'm not sure why. I've not looked into it, but I've heard
really
many people just be like, "Oh yeah, Miraidon's going to be a monster."
There's also that thing as well, but it raises your best stat. It doesn't raise the same stat, so you can't even predict it. Like, oh, they've all got photosynthesis, it's going to raise their attack as an attacking team. Could raise their speed, their special attack, their special defense.
I think it does depend on the Pokemon, because some it's predictable with. Like, I think Fluttermane, it's basically always special attack. Sorry, yes, the chat bar is missing from the feed. It just makes it way easier to clip stuff if I want to make like TikToks and stuff out of them.
Which, you know, you want to be doing.
Sets up terrain and boosts its special attack upon entry.
I'll get that back done.
Legend Kanto and Lucas. I mean, technically we are separate entities. Like, Legend Kanto is the channel.
Yeah, so I don't think you go by like your channel's name. Like, you're not like some who go by their channel name.
No,
they all end up regretting in their 30s.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't go by Legend of Kanto, but I understand when people refer to me as Legend of Kanto, because that's just the general thing to do, right?
Yeah.
It's like, most people have leaned into
it's
it
the dumb thing I like.
and just been called by their username, which, yeah, 10 years down the line, when, you know, you're the biggest person on YouTube and you call fucking, like, PewDiePie, it's like... And you've seen, you know, for example, I know PewDiePie, for example, has leaned out of going by his username over the years and wanted to be referred to as just whatever his name is.
I don't know what the dude's name is. I couldn't know you left the fuck.
No, but it's a good example, right, of, like, dumb name that was created years ago and he became massively famous.
It was a really funny example of that. It's like H-Bomber guy. Everyone calls him Harris. Because he was when he got big, he got quoted in an article or something like that, and it's like, my name's not Harris, but everyone thinks it's Harris Bomber guy. You know, it's always like, that's not my name. But it's what everyone calls him.
Oh, that must suck. Is like, you don't even get called your username or your correct name. You get called a made up name that just someone went, well, it begins with H, it must be a H name.
It's like what me, isn't it? Where I made the mistake of telling people, hey, I hate when people misspell my name. And then literally for the past 7 years, I've had people do that as a joke. Because they think, well, I know that you hate it. So that means we're friends, right? And it's like, no, I still find it annoying.
Yeah. And
but I made the mistake of doing it. So people have been intentionally misspelling my name for 7 years.
Obviously, I know, Red Hot, you are usually wanting to have a battle, so feel free to let me know if you're wanting to join in again and have another battle this week of, like, best of 3, but if you're not wanting to, I'll just jump into ranked battles, but, like, I want to give you first right of refusal so that you don't get to see what I've got with my team so far. Yes, of course, yeah. Trading up one thing. Cool, yeah, no worries. I'll jump into a ranked battle first then. But yeah, like, that's the thing is, I usually go through the process of, like, just calling myself, you know, just going by Lucas Holland, like, just basically off the advice of Carl, which was Carl going off the advice of somebody else.
Yep. Years ago, someone told me like, if you're serious about doing this for a living, don't give yourself a stupid pseudonym because that's what you'll be called for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. So like that's why I always go by and introduce myself as like Lucas, and yeah, it's probably a good piece of advice where it's like I don't necessarily mind being referred to as Legends Canon. I don't take offense to it because again, if I take offense to it, people are just going to lean into it harder anyway.
Well, that's always the thing. It's like me with the Carl. I made the mistake to say I hate when people misspell my name.
Mm-hmm.
So people who want to annoy me do it, then people who want to like, oh, I'm in on the joke. It's like you're not in on the joke. It was never a joke. Please just call me by my real name.
Oh wait, not what I want to do, but I accidentally changed the held item of my Sylveon that I've got. Why have I got 6 amulet coins?
You want to get? Does I think amulet coins just stack? Don't at me. Like,
I don't know.
Like you should basically bankrupt everyone you fight.
Angel. I had just 2 with like the booster energy on them. This seems like a potentially good item to give them. And again, we're just trying shit out right now. Today is the time to experiment around with these 3 Pokemon. Let's get in a ranked battle. Oh, you're good. Okay, cool. Well, we can have our first battle with Red Hot then. What we're doing, I've been disconnected from Pokemon games since Emerald. What we are doing right now is I'm just generally on a very slow progression to learn Pokemon competitively. And I am like trying out new Pokemon and new builds to do like competitive double battles in the format that the actual like, you know, Pokemon VGC tournaments do. So yeah, currently at the moment is just these streams are just me learning and getting better at Pokemon and trying to basically work my way up in the ranks, and hopefully next year I can actually try and compete in some Pokemon tournaments. And so this is kind of like just slowly over the year working my way up, trying to build my knowledge up, trying to get better at Pokemon competitively, and in the hopes that I can make some ways in Pokemon next year.
Can't wait till you start rocking up with the charger book.
I have some plans for the new set of regulations, and I do have things that I don't want to reveal that may include a charger bug. Every now and then. I'm trying to figure out how I can make charger bug plus unregulated Pokemon work.
I'm just in my head. I picture like the Always Sunny Charlie thing, with all of the wires and cables. And
yeah,
you like everything leads back to the charger bug. But how do I get the charger bug?
So I'll use the classic link code that you're familiar with, Red Hot, of just 8008135. I do want to actually become a professional Pokemon trainer, yeah. I've always kind of considered it and joked about it and stuff. And then Carl, I and another friend went to like the Pokemon VGC tournaments that were held in Liverpool locally around me. And I just was like, no, I'm getting the feeling that I want to do this and want to commit to it. So that's what this next like year is committed to.
And another mutual friend of ours got really into the card game version, and I got into neither.
Carl was like, I don't have time for this shit. Stop it.
And the Pokemon card equivalent of those stories you hear, like people who like want a threesome and then immediately don't want a threesome the moment it happens.
It was it's like I can't remember which game it is, but it kind of reminds me of playing through Pokemon X right now, where you've got a bunch of friends, and one of them's like the proper rival, and all the other ones are like the rivals, where it's like, I want to learn how to dance, but I also have Pokemon. And Carl's there like, yeah, I have Pokemon as well, but like I'm off doing my own thing. I want to play some Baldur's Gate, man.
There's just too much shit for me to do. Maybe like when I get all my housing stuff sorted, then I'll start.
Yeah. So again, this is like first time using this team completely. Okay, so we're trying to figure out how this all works. That is the interesting thing. Like, they do have a Sunsetter as well as me. So do I assume that they're gonna throw out Sun before I do? I'm gonna try that. No, maybe not the double fire. The double fire is probably a bad idea.
Oh, we got a Ninetales on your team.
That's my Sunsetter.
Yeah, is this like a thing then where at least like using some of these legendaries like empowers some of the not the weaker Pokemon?
Well, I guess like 4 of the 6 Pokemon I've got on my team have Photosynthesis. So like it kind of does make sense to just have someone that can set Sun. So like obviously
like,
any Pokemon with the ability of Drought is like I don't have a Torkoal, but I do have a Ninetales.
Yeah, I don't like Torkoal. I don't like how Torkoal only gets used because it has Drought. At least like no one would pick that Pokemon if it didn't have that ability. Whereas Ninetales, like a lot of people like Ninetales. Ninetales is cool.
Ninetales is cool, but I don't deny that it also only gets used because of Drought.
Oh yeah, but you would like it's one of those Pokemon where people would try and find a niche for it because it's just a cool Pokemon in general.
Yes, probably, yeah. The World Tournament didn't ban a bunch of people for no reason. It banned people for hacking Pokemon into the game.
Yeah,
which they were like trying to defend the idea of like, yeah, but I only had a hacked Pokemon because like it's essentially the same thing. I just didn't want to spend time training up the Pokemon. But, okay, but the rest of us did spend the time training up that Pokemon.
It's also part of like the skill.
Yes, exactly.
So people like using the excuse like I'm only using steroids to get as strong as I was doing in the competition. Like, it's not like they're direct. It's like, okay, but training them up is part of the thing.
Oh, the psychic terrain stuff. Why do I keep forgetting that?
You'll learn eventually.
I will learn eventually. But it should be okay. Brick Moon coming in, of course. So it's like, yeah, the Pokemon that some of them did get, which is it is harsh, but it is a way to like try and shut down hackers. But Pokemon that were traded to them that were hacked also fall under that banhammer of hacked Pokemon.
Like it sucks for those people, but at the same time, it's like it's still against the rules. Like ignorance of the rules is no excuse not to like be beholden to them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it sucks, but at the end of the day, whether they were willing and knowing or not, they did bring hacked Pokemon into a tournament. It's like, yeah, it's shit, but at the same time, it's like they still did it. They still committed the crime, knowingly or not.
It's not crime, like against the. It's the same thing.
The Pokemon crime, right? Yeah. Like not an actual crime.
If you want this to be taken seriously as a competitive endeavor, every every step needs to be taken to ensure absolute fairness and parity. Everyone needs to walk in having the exact same playing field.
Yeah, right.
And the only deciding factor should be skill. And it's one of those things where it's a factor that influences one person's ability to play the game.
And even if your argument is that, oh, but the hack Pokemon are the same you know, stat-wise, as any non-hacked Pokemon, it's still okay, but you brought Pokemon in that were essentially, you know, not... You never need to train them. You skip that entire process of spending all of that time trying to train them up and everything.
Now, all you really need to know is just it's against the rules.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So it's against the rules, and that's it. If you don't like it, don't go to the officially licensed. It's their game. They get to choose what they do with it.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like going to a tennis tournament and using a tennis racket that's against the rules. Like, but I've used this tennis racket for 5 years, like, and now it's against the rules. You have to use a different tennis racket.
This photosynthesis was a bad idea. I activated Raging Bolt and turned its special attack up and got my own Pokemon killed. I think we've lost this, but no, never say never.
There's also the element of it's not only is it like equality of access, you need to have equality of access as well. So that's not a tool every player has access to,
Yeah.
which by definition makes it unfair because someone who has the access to it can effectively have just an infinite number of Pokemon because they're no longer constrained by the time it takes to train one up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is an unfair advantage, an objective
Yeah,
numerical
because
advantage over someone who
if
does
you
not
can have
that.
like a catalog of every single build of every single Pokemon that you want, just all in one go, ready to go, ready to fire off at any point to be able to change. Like, that's potentially hundreds of hours of training that you are taking away from other people.
Yeah, but it's just, again, it's not...
Well, more what I
access
mean
to it.
is not just the fact that you're taking that away, is that they probably don't have access to as many Pokemon and options as you do because of that.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, going to playing like a video game, with a controller with fast turbo buttons on it. So, well, yeah, realistically, everyone can press the buttons as fast as the turbo button does it.
Mm-hmm.
But that, by having the controller, you get to do it just every time for free.
Also, yeah, they did. Some people did get banned for like Pokemon that they've had for a long time because the Pokemon Company have like gotten better at figuring out how to find hacked Pokemon. So therefore, over certain years, it's just one of those of, yeah, Pokemon have been sliding under the radar for years, and then all of a sudden getting flagged and immediately banned in tournaments, and it's like, it sucks, and it sucks that so much of the community is trading away hacked Pokemon, and some people are probably, keep forgetting about that fake out. Some people are probably doing it with the actual intent to get people banned. Which, again, completely sucks, but you've got to kind of know at this point in the community, the only Pokemon that you can trust to take to a tournament are Pokemon you know you've brought up yourself. Which is shit. It is shit, and it is just not very fair to the people who had no idea. But again, the moment you start making excuses for one person, what's stopping another person making excuses for themselves, right?
Yeah. So I think, like, you know, just the rules are the rules and everyone has to follow them.
Mm-hmm. Because the moment it's like, well, one person didn't know and their Pokemon didn't get banned for being hacked. It's like, well, why did their hacked Pokemon not get banned, but my hacked Pokemon did? And you've got to just draw a line under it all, because if not, then you've got to sit there on a professional level where there is money on the line for tournaments and decide why some people's hacked Pokemon are okay and some people's aren't.
Then you just don't want to be sat there on that argument, so we have to take a blanket approach, which is entirely fair.
I mean, GG, but you annihilated me on that one, Red Heart. I was... Again, like, I'll give you, obviously, the 2 out of 3. I'm very unfamiliar with the team, but, like, that's no excuse for what I did there and everything. The moment you got that, like, Trick Room Psychic Terrain off, I'm like, oh, yeah, I've messed this up. But yeah, this is probably not a team that I should be using as a full team, but I just kind of want to throw all my 3 new Pokemon into one team and see what happens. try and learn them a bit, but yeah, it was a bit rough, but yes. We'll speak again soon after. No doubt it goes very well for me this time, right? Be a bit more on top of things. I'm not 100% familiar with the entire story, so I can't speak for exactly what happened. But yeah, it's one of those of like, I understand the Pokemon Company just being like, if we've discovered any hat Pokemon are being used, they've got to go. I think maybe if it's a case of like, maybe it could be a thing of when you go into a tournament, they're able to be like, let's look at the Pokemon you've got and tell you whether you're allowed to use them or not, and you should delete these Pokemon, and then all add into the tournament before just banning players. But I don't know how complex that would be and all that jazz. But it would have been ideal to give a way for people to have a heads up for sure. But it's also very difficult to do that.
Again, that's time taken away from like the actual tournament.
Mm-hmm.
There was no easy solution to it, but the answer can't be just let people get away with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there has to be some other answer, but it would be nice if people had a way to like get a heads up on what Pokemon were hacked or something, even if they just like released a tool for the community or something of like a poker checker to make sure that your Pokemon came from legitimate means, because it's such an issue.
Which they probably couldn't do, because then people would have to figure out how to skirt around that.
Exactly, yeah, that's the issue, is like you create the tool in like the nice way to help the people that are legitimately being troubled by this. Then you also just create ways for people to figure out what tools you use and to discover those things. So I was going to go for a Shadow Ball on DDD to shut that down, but I can't do that. So I don't think I'm going to get one-hit KO on EDDD, so I'm going to use the Nasty Plot, power up Ninetales, and hopefully get rid of that Gallade with the Moonblast. There we go. So Gallade's not really a threat, but this Trick Room is going to be a problem. So I'm hopefully just going to at least utilize the in DDD using a Trick Room to get Ninetales set up with it. So at least Ninetales is now quite a big threat. But the Trick Room is now going to be a problem. Freddy Fazbear's on the go. Okay. So Eve Ninetales can take a hit. I don't know if it can. And it should probably be able to take out this Ursaluna in one hit with the Nasty Plot. And then maybe we just try and use Moonblast on DDD or whatever they switch DDD out for. Oh, yes, of course. I should have just gone for Heat Wave. Although I guess Solar Beam is like the single hit that might... I'm not sure exactly how the damage calculations work out. DDD follow me anyway, so Spells isn't going to be... Okay. Moon. Take out Buttery Main in one. And then we should get Solar Beam, hopefully, at least taking out an DDD. surprising. Raise Rising Bolt special attack. And then maybe we just get Heat Wave off with Ninetales. And then... neither of them really have anything to threaten Raging Bolt with, so I'm just going to not Terror just yet. Get Thunderclap off. I hope it's going to work on Freddy before it gets an attack in. Another Raging Bolt. There we go. Oh dear. The Thunderclap doesn't work because of the psychic terrain. That's rough. That's real rough. And the Throat Spray. Come. Shit. This makes things very difficult, really. So I'm going to Terra Fairy, so that if they try and Dragon Pulse me with Raging Bolt, it's not going to work. And I'm going to try and Dragon Pulse Freddy. And if Ninetales goes first, I can kill the Ursaluna, and that's great. But I think Ninetales is dead from Freddy's attack before we get to move. So I think Ninetales has taken out the equation here. Oh no, Raging Bolt is. Okay, shit. Oh, that hit hard. And then Ninetales is probably just dead from Raging Bolt anyway. Yeah. I never played Fahrenheit. That's the one that's like
It's the David Cage game that sucks.
Yeah, the David Cage game that was the predecessor to Heavy Rain, right?
Yeah, everyone says it's great. Everyone who says it's great forgets that it completely shits the bed halfway through and ends up as just you're fighting AI ghosts.
Right.
It starts with like kind of interesting premise of, oh, you play as two characters. One's a guy who accidentally kills somebody. One is the cop trying to catch him.
Okay,
It's a choice thing of like you're trying to solve a murder that you're also trying to not get caught for. And then it ends with you fighting AI ghosts.
I wonder what game that sounds like, Carl. A game where you're trying to solve a murder and also not get caught for. That sounds like maybe a little bit like Heavy Rain.
Yeah. Which also like shits the bed in a lot.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it falls apart.
Never forget that there was a subplot in that game that got cut of Ethan, and I can't believe I remember his fucking name, Ethan Mars, having psychic powers.
Wait, what?
Then editor was like, "This is stupid. Cut it out." And they cut it out, but it means there's a huge plot hole of Ethan just having random dreams where he sees what's happening. So they left all the hints in that he's got psychic powers.
Right. Okay.
But just then cut out the part about him actually like confirming he has psychic powers.
I can't remember what the other name for it was for anyone watching in America, but it's not called Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's called something like...
Or maybe it's called Fahrenheit in America, but it's not called Fahrenheit over here. One way or the other, because I was actually thinking then, I was like, wait, we don't use Fahrenheit over here. Indigo Prophecy.
You're way stupid a fucking name. The game's set about like in snow.
Indigo Prophecy in North America, but Fahrenheit over here. Even though North America is the one that uses Fahrenheit
And I'll never get over Americans being like insistent that Fahrenheit makes more sense than Celsius. When Celsius, Lucas, what temperature does it freeze in Celsius?
0.
Yeah, what temperature does water boil?
100.
There we go. Isn't that nice and easy? Nice round numbers.
Yeah.
It's cold. Water is frozen at 0, boils at 100.
We can do the third battle just for fun if you want, but expecting Ursa Luna to hit Flutter Mane. That was several times. At sea level, of course, yes. Oh. I didn't realize that was a normal move. I don't know what Blood Moon does. So yeah. I was very unaware of what Blood Moon is and does because I don't have that Pokemon yet. I've still continued to not do anything extra on the DLC stuff because I'm afraid of not being able to follow with Sylveon anymore. So I've basically just taken a break at doing any DLC stuff. Its ability Mind's Eye. Base can't be lowered and it can hit ghost type with normal and fighting moves. So it gets scrappy, but also fuck your accuracy and evasion. Like that is so that is scrappy plus another ability. Like why do they keep doing it? And it's to sell DLC, right? But it's so ridiculous that it's like, yeah, Scrappy's an ability. That's a good ability. Like, you know, you can hit ghosts with normal fighting type moves. That's a pretty strong ability. Same with like Mold Breaker. Ignore Pokemon's abilities like Levitate. And then it's like, how about we also add another ability into that ability? And obviously, you know, when I get frustrated with these things, I'm never trying to take it out on you for using that. I'm using bullshit Pokemon as well. It's just, I'm just like, God damn it, Pokemon. Restrain yourself a little bit.
It really needs to be this powerful. Does it really need to have, like, all these abilities?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, you know, the Pokemon for the DLC in fucking Sword and Shield of, like, it literally gets 2 abilities. Like, that's why Shadow Calyrex, everyone's shitting themselves about that coming back. It's like, it's literally an OP Pokemon that has 2 OP abilities. Great, thanks for combining 2 legendary Pokemon. Okay, so it appears as though that in DDD is just too much of a staple, and I need to try and take it out turn 1 with like a knockoff or something, which I don't think will one-shot it. So maybe if I do Flutter Mane with it, because then Incineroar and a Flutter Mane should be able to knock off and Dazzling Gleam it to death, hopefully. But that in DDD, setting up that Trick Room is just fucking me all the way up. And then maybe if we just ignore the drought, because Ninetales is not doing great. I feel like the Gouging Fire is going to get some good play if the Trick Room isn't set up. Yeah, I'm hoping that they do come in with the DDD to start again, but at this point, Red Hot's already beat me the best 2 out of 3, so they might just flex on me. See what happens. There we go. So DDD just needs to be shut the fuck up. And I know Ursa Luna is a threat, but that Trick Moon Trick Room is fucking me up so hard. It's too much. You just can't let it happen. Far too. That'll just be Selena trying to take out with a big hit. Which will probably kill my Flutter Mane in one. But if we can just get that Trick Room not set up. There we go. So yeah, Flutter Mane's probably taking that hit and dying, but they didn't get the Trick Room. But they did take out Buttery Mane.
I love how you call it Buttery Mane, it's so dumb.
But that's fine. That's okay for now. Like, that's exactly how I saw that turn playing out, and that's what I'm comfortable with. Seeing what Pokemon come. Gallade. Okay. Be very scared of the Freddy Fazbear. I'm gonna try and get a knockoff on the Gallade and see what damage we can get off with. Yeah. That normal damage is so scary when it can hit everything hard. Decent. Lower than I thought. Freddy getting Cell. Raging Ball.
We don't like Blood Moon or something that just looks like it's a ghost.
It's because it's like that normal Terra type where it turns like almost translucent. Or almost transparent, sorry, it turns like pretty translucent. Maybe I'll just get lucky on like a flinch with the Fire Fang. I'm going super desperate and times a need at this point. The strat for my team right now is figure out my team. I've just today trained up the 3 like Paradox versions of these Pokemon of like the Raikou, Entei, Suicune equivalents, like Raging Bolt, Gouging Fire, and Walk and Wake. So right now my job on this stream is to kind of figure out how they work, what I want to change, how they might fit in a team. We did get the flinch. Got that lucky old flinch.
Do you abandon any like thoughts of going for gimmick teams or anything at the moment?
I've not really thought of anything, no. As you know privately, Carl, there's been like a lot of busyness going on for myself in the background, so like
Yeah.
I have just been keeping things minimal with like training new Pokemon and team building at the moment, but figured I'd just try out these 3 new Pokemon with, like, recommendations from Smogon builds. See where we fit in with them. That flinch may have just won me the battle. Just relying on, like, maybe a Fire Fang flinch might happen. Like, we got one. And it probably stopped Ursaluna getting that kill last turn. And then I'm presuming that we've got enough damage here to get a kill with Fire Fang. There we go. Normally I want to try and get a Dragon Dance off on it, but there was just too much threat. So we did get one back. When did they add Legends, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? It was with the last DLC. Got you in the last one. I was literally like, I'm going to be stupid and rely on getting a flinch from that Fire Fang because it's my only hope. And that's what we managed. Sometimes you just got to lean into, like, fuck it, I'm just going to hope for a 10% flinch chance. And we got lucky.
In the game for a reason.
And that's why I put Fire Fang on it instead of Flare Blitz, because it has the chance to burn or flinch. And I went, maybe I'll get a couple of just... Every now and then, there'll just be a lucky thing that'll clinch a battle for me with it.
Why not? That's the thing.
And it's already happened one time, so yeah. It's not always the worst thing to rely on, but it's like, I don't like going into those weird things of like, you know, you've only got a tiny % chance of this working out, but it literally won me the battle, so...
See, I love shit like that, because precisely for that reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Gallade did a massive amount of damage, considering that it wasn't super effective or anything anymore. Yeah, like halving the damage, and it would have got the one shot. I'm so glad that Gallade like got such a buff. I love Gallade. But technically, that Ursaluna wasn't the right Ursaluna, Grim. Like, that's Blood Moon Ursaluna, which is a different Ursaluna that you unlock in the DLC for this game. But yeah, they did add Legends Pokemon at the same time, so there is actual Ursaluna in the game and stuff like that as well. So it's not like it doesn't exist in the game, but that is a different Ursaluna they gave. They went from like giving Ursaring nothing for 20 years.
So just hey, now it's like it was a new version.
Now it's got a new evolution, and it's got a second form of that new evolution. Ursaluna was really good and really scary. But yeah, thank you for the battles as well, Red Hot. I'm glad that I managed to like figure out something and pull off even a lucky win in the 3rd round.
Hey, it's not luck. It's skill, mate. Because you skillfully chose that move.
Yeah, I mean, right, yeah. It's like there is an element to skill and an element to luck of it all. But I did pick that move over other moves because it has a chance to pull shit like that off. So it's a calculated lucky move.
Yes. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Wait. Season 17. Oh, it's just every month. So yeah, 1st of May, which is like 3 weeks away. Less than. That's going to be when Regulation F, Regulation G, I think it might be, begins. And that means that all of the bullshit's going to be unleashed. Well, I calculated it, and there was a 10% chance of getting lucky and winning the battle. Or potentially winning the battle.
Is a 10% chance better than a 0% chance?
That 10% going for the Fire Fang paid off.
You effectively increase your chance of winning by infinity %. Without that, it would have been 0, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty much like, if I don't get this Fire Fang to pull off, I've lost the battle, but if it works, I've got a good chance. So, like, you know, as you say, the damn lucky flinch, yeah. It was, yeah. But yeah, it's, I say you've lost if you don't go for the lucky flinch, and as Carl says, you've got an infinite chance more if you've got a chance. If it's either you've definitely lost, or you can hope for this flinch and maybe win.
No, I'll pick.
That's infinitely better. Okay. Quite a few Pokemon here. The fairy type. So I think that's definitely Flutter Mane lead. In fact, might do Flutter Mane and Raging Bolt. Because Raging Bolt can Terra into Fairy and use the Terra Blast. Overkeep Portisa in the background. Not really much for walking weight here right now. So we'll throw in Gouger. I go with Fighting Christ.
That's a great name. So that's what you go with, like, no, Jesus.
Running Assault Vest and Freddy still annihilated Raging Bolt. Yeah. Yeah, that was an Assault Vest baby over there with full HP, I think. Or maybe it's not full HP, maybe it's like half HP. But I can tell you roughly what it was, because I already changed the stats from the Smogon build, like, you know, like 8 EVs here, 8 EVs there, and stuff like that, but it was roughly the same. Max HP. No, wait, no, that's the offensive. Close to max HP. On here it says 244, so close to. Oh, the Amoongus.
The Amoongus Among Us.
I might just delete Gyarados with a Blast. Actually, no. Set myself. Main. No. Dazzling Gleam, Flutter Mane, Bucket, and Thunderclap on the Gyarados and hope it attacks. It withdrew Gyarados. Okay, fuck. The time pressure was getting to me.
Why? Like, weird how they've not added like one new stage to play Pokemon battles on these online mode.
Yeah.
Like you're always having a Pokemon battle with 4 people watching. So at the very least, you think people want to come see? Oh, have you heard the people who are battling have got like 6 legendary Pokemon between them?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I imagine Lucas, like, if you just saw a thing on the news saying, okay, tomorrow in like Liverpool City Centre, there'll be 2 people who've got saber-toothed tigers and woolly mammoths, and they're gonna make a fight. Would you turn up to watch that? I would.
I'd be like, sorry, Cole, we're not doing any work today. I'm off.
Because that's what the equivalent of this is, right? These are like legendary creatures that have never, like, people thought were like a myth.
Yes, yeah.
It's not even like it'd be an extinct animal. It'd be like a myth, like a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy's got a unicorn and a jackalope, and they're kicking the fuck out of each other. I'd watch that.
I'd definitely turn up. And, like, I say there's, like, the tiny, sparse crowd of, like, not even one person per segment there.
No one there's even got a friend with them.
No. In a row. I should have waited, actually. Is that all this Amoongus is? It's just toxic set. It's, like, great. Yeah. Not only ghosts are real, but they are in battle with dinosaurs. Also, the dinosaurs are back. Also, the ghost is not just a ghost, it's an ancient paradox version of a ghost that we didn't know existed.
It's great. I paid money to watch this shit.
Let's just stop that Amoongus doing anything for a second. And hopefully just kill Garrett. Okay. Gyarados getting a Dragon Dance. I presume Gyarados with the Dragon Dance is now going to be faster than Flutter Mane, but Flutter Mane is fucking fast.
The idea, like, the Gyarados being fast is terrifying.
I mean, it's already decent speed, but yeah, like, the super speed Gyarados. Let's hope that we're faster than Gyarados, and then just get Flare Blitz on Amoongus, which should kill it. Yeah, the Gyarados is faster. Which doesn't overly surprise me. But Flutter Mane does have, like, 135 in speed, and it depends whether it's... Because when you go for, like, a Pokemon with a set move, it's like, do you go full speed and then do Dragon Dance and get, like, incredible speed? Or do you go low speed, use Dragon Dance to make it, like, pretty reasonable?
That's always, like, the mix-up, isn't it?
Oh, okay, this is interesting. So I was thinking that I would Thunderclap on the Gyarados. It hasn't Terrored yet. So it's probably going to be a normal Dragonite using like extreme speed or something. So we'll go for the Thunderclap on the Gyarados and get a knockoff on the Dragonite. So I was thinking of turning into Terra Fairy and then using Terra Blast on the Dragonite, but it's probably going to go into normal Dragonite and use extreme speed.
Which you don't want.
Which would just not help with using a Fairy Terra Blast. Oh, it's a Steel type one that just wants to... some shit wrecked. Okay. So, use Thunderclap on the Gyarados, just get out of the battle now. It's a 3v1 against a Steel Dragonite, but it is getting stuck with a Dragon Dance. But now we have two Pokemon trying to take it out, and we have a knockoff on the go. Got rid of its leftovers, so we've got Incineroar that can be super effective. We've got Gouging Fire in the back that can also be super effective, and Raging Bolt, which can just hit pretty hard as well. I'll get the Volt switch on to go, and then the Flare Blitz as well, and just see what Dragonite wants to do. Wants to use Earthquake, fair enough. That hit us pretty hard, but not killed either, so we should just have this Dragonite dead now.
I just think it stands a chance.
Well, it's still 3v1, and 2 of my Pokemon are super effective against it, and it's got no health. I don't see it surviving that Flare Blitz there, right? Yeah. A poor Dragonite. So, I got, I guess, wrong on what type it would Terra into, because Dragonite's nearly always a normal Terra, so it just goes massive on extreme speed, and fair enough, but went Steel typing, which kind of benefited me because I still had 2 fire Pokemon left on the field.
You just can't want it. So what chance do you think you stood? It's like, oh, question.
I do think it's such a waste, though. Such a boring thing. I brought on Amoongus out. What's it going to do? Toxic all your Pokemon?
Yeah, he just sits there.
Like, do you mean the Pokemon with, like, one of the most versatile movesets in the game? Yeah, I'm just going to let it use Toxic. Like, it's just alone the ability to do Rage Powder and Spore.
Yep.
Here on your Twitch chat. Well, there may have been a Pocket Monster Master in the making that beat me earlier of Red Hot. So, you know, Red Hot managed to beat me 2 out of 3 times today. And don't want to take that victory away from them. So maybe Red Hat's the secret Pokemon master in the making.
You'll get
They're
that.
already a master. Like, that's the thing is, it's nice to, you know, always have people to play against, and that's kind of, as I mentioned, that's always been the reason why I've like gotten into Pokemon in the first place, is like having people to learn and battle against and see each other improve. It's always nice having that little rival going on. It's like Carl was my rival for a brief period, but Carl decided that adult things were getting in the way.
I can't help it. I've got shit to do.
I know, and I respect it. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that same thing of like, actually, yeah. Do that thing of expecting the setups to come out to begin with. I'll have Raging Bolt and Incineroar in the back. Oh no, they're like my sister or something. They look so close to me.
Just twinsies.
There we go. Get that drought set up. Power me up, Torkoal. Thank you.
So what nice thing for Torkoal do? Just to help you out.
It is. It's a very nice thing of Torkoal. So I'm gonna just use the two moves that should one-shot them both, and see what their approach is. Probably swapping out, but just see what their plan is right now when they're like, "Oh no, this is a bad start."
I say it's a really rough round start, because there's like 2 Pokemon gone immediately.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few ways to respond to that, I suppose.
Okay, so they've gone into the grass type, which means they're not weak to my Shadow Ball, but they're not going to resist it or anything. It's still a Flutter Mane Shadow Ball. Okay, that's still not bad. And then the Hydro Steam is just going to wipe that Torkoal the fuck out. I don't know why they even considered keeping Torkoal in the battle. It's a legendary Pokemon that's water type with a water-based move that's powered up in the sunlight. And they thought, let's keep Torkoal in this battle when it's 4 times weak to Torkoal, to water.
They may have stood a chance. There might have been a chance.
They did Trick Room though, which is a little bit of a bitch. You know what? Fuck it. Just keep Hydro steaming. Because yeah, the Walking Wake signature move is Hydro Steam, which is the, like, I think it's like 80 or 90 or something base power water move that's,
multiple times, yeah,
it's like powered up in the sunlight instead of weakened by the sunlight. Oh yeah, Ian. If people can see that prediction, get it going. But... there we go. Just delete that Charizard as well. Oh no, it's ended. I mean, right now, I'm hoping that we get a win, because we've taken out 2 of theirs with just... get these good old... oh, they sent out Flutter Mane as well. Oh no. Which Flutter Mane's faster? Oh, their speed was heightened, so theirs was faster. So in that case, just swap to Incineroar. Because they're probably going to use the Ghost move on my Flutter Mane and kill it immediately. And then, to be fair, this Walking Wake's probably dead. This was probably just a no-go of a turn for me. But we'll try and kill the Armarouge anyway. Oh wait, we're in a Trick Room. We would have been faster. Oh, for fuck's sake. That threw me off. Yeah. My Flutter Mane would have been faster because we're in a Trick Room right now. That sucks.
How is it reminding yourself of all this stuff then? Like, is it just forcing yourself, like, just via failure? Is that basically what it is?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. Just keep playing the game and keep learning. There's not much secret to it other than just I'm getting better by putting hours in. Which is the only explanation I can give. It's like, I'm still making massive fuck-ups like that, but I'll learn.
Eventually, you'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Should be able to fake out on the Armarouge, but yeah. It is just one of those things of, like, it's like all those times when, like, you always got asked, like, what's the secret to your success? And it's like, put a lot of hard work and time into it.
Yeah, it just works really, really, really hard every day.
And it's like, yeah, but what's, like, the actual secret? Like, well, the secret was I worked really hard and I got lucky. I feel like that's the answer to most people's success. And some people will make it out to be, like, you know, more complicated than that. But that's the general gist of most people's success.
Basically, yeah.
Either a lot of hard work and a bit of luck. A bit of hard work and a lot of luck, or nepotism.
Do you see that one the other day where there's that girl who was like, kids these days don't have to hustle like I did in my 20s, and her name is literally the name of a bank.
Is it Taylor Swift?
No, it's the bank that the Queen uses, Coot.
Wow.
And, like, she wrote it for the Telegraph, and Luke, do you want to guess what her dad does for a living?
Does he own a bank?
Oh, no, his family's descended from a family who owns a bank. His dad is the managing director of the Telegraph.
Oh, of course, yeah. So, double nepotism.
Yeah. No one hustled like I did, though, Lucas.
Dear God. Like, yeah, posting to you, like, your dad's newspaper talking about, like, needing to hustle for success while you also come from a family that, like, owns a bank.
Yeah. It's genuinely amazing that they don't... They in their head, they did it.
Mm-hmm.
But in their head, it's like, well, I did it.
Well, it's the exact same mentality of the people. All you need to do is save money. As a 25-year-old, I was able to buy, like, a 300 grand house. What did you do? Well, all I did was save a bit of money and live under my rich parents' house rent-free for 8 years. Like, what? Oh, and they also got me my job that was really well paid in, like, something I didn't have qualifications for. But aside from that, I just worked really hard.
It's the joke I always make, isn't it? It's like, if a kid goes up to a counter when you're like, okay, you got £10 birthday money, we're going to buy, like, a £30, like, £100, like, toy. And they put the tenner down, like, I bought this.
It's like I actually, you know, brought this up the other day of, like, the first console I had the money to buy. It was like, I was like, yeah, I did manage to buy, like, one console, kind of, when I was in uni. And that was the first thing, like, I bought myself. But it wasn't even that I bought it myself. It was that I had no money, and I asked my parents as, like, a birthday Christmas present to, like, split a Wii U several ways with me.
Yeah.
And I put, like, 100 or 150 quid into the pot. It's like, so really, even at, like, uni, I didn't even have the point where, like, I could afford to buy, like, something myself. Rillaboom is definitely a good shot. I am looking into Rillaboom.
Yeah, because I've been packing on my end, like, to move out. Like, and I had to, like, just leave the necessities. So I was like, okay, what would I realistically need to just have? And everything else was going to storage. It's like, obviously, right now it's like my computer. Well, realistically, it's just my laptop, my phone, and just ID. I mean, that's what I started with 10 years ago. So realistically, everything that I need is that I could do it all on that laptop.
Yeah. I mean, you probably could, right? Like, even if the quality was a lot worse, like, technically, like, even just a laptop has, like, a mic and a camera, right?
Yeah, well, I was thinking more of like, if I need to live, I mean, like, I could just go write articles with that laptop and I'd be alright, but that's the only thing I would need, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
All like 9 tails, that's just a brutal combination.
This is a bit rough on my end. Ultimate can just, like, kill Incineroar. It may be stupid to leave Fluttermane alive, but I'm gonna do it.
Are you going to give it a go?
I'm only able to swap into, like, a neutral move, though. Can't even do, like, the parting shot, because obviously, Fluttermane is just so much faster, and I can't use Fake Out, because Fluttermane's a ghost type. Yeah, of course. It's good. Blast. Oh, it nearly killed the Gouging Fire anyway. Oh, no! Oh, my word. Just a neutral hit from Fluttermane. Yeah, and the Solar Beam was a big mistake. I should have just gone for the Heat Wave. Oh my word, Porygon 2. Oh my.
And Porygon 2 is like one of those Pokemon I look and go, fucking hell, Porygon 2 is like just so brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it
Unbelievably so, yeah. Yeah, this is where I can feel like I didn't plan this team at all. I just throwing Pokemon together and thought that Drought might be helpful, and it's like
they just so happen to be a very strong combination of Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So I did alright for now.
Oh, Fluttermane avoided the Heat Wave, oh for fuck's sake. Yes, there we go. Burn that Porygon 2. Well. This fight is not gone well. Surprise, surprise. Ice Beam managed to take that last 3 HP off. No, lucky flinch this time.
Took it.
And that's a waste of Intimidate as well from Incineroar coming back in. Maybe in just the ballsiest of plays, I can just ignore Fluttermane and hope the Thunderclap kills it. Like, ignore it with Incineroar. Fake out Porygon 2. Hope that Thunderclap is enough.
What does Thunderclap do then?
So Thunderclap is Sucker Punch but electric.
Oh, I remember you explained this last time like that. That's kind of wild. The whole point about Sucker Punch is it's like a dark type move.
Because it's an evil thing to do, right? It's like to Sucker Punch someone.
I'm like, no, but this Pokemon needs it.
To be fair, maybe just Raikou got pissed off with how much it's been disrespected over the years.
To be fair, yeah, he did get big disrespected for like, what, 30 straight years?
Yeah. Well, like,
Timeline
20-something. It's like, you didn't give me jack shit for so long. I'm gonna take this out on you guys. Yeah, Porygon 2 never gives a fuck. But now that Flutter Mane is out, Porygon 2 is out, I just don't think we've got enough left in this combo to pull the rest of this off, but we'll see. I'll see. Like, even with the neutral damage, like, Moonblast onto Incineroar is probably just gonna kill it. Oh, the Ninetales. Interesting. Oh. Very Ninetale. Oh, my frozen this wore off. Okay. Well, we're not going to be faster than Urshifu, so I'm going to hope that Thunderclap can do enough to kill it. Question mark. And then maybe just a Flare Blitz on Ninetales, and we'll see what happens. We'll just see where the wind takes us. Because, like, typing-wise, we might have the advantage here, but just Raging Bolt's pretty weak. And then Incineroar doing this as a 2v1 is not going to go well. I basically need that Raging Bolt to kill the Urshifu so that Incineroar doesn't die. Ah, shit. Okay, no, that might be okay. We'll see how fast Ninetales is. It took out the Urshifu. The Urshifu's down. We should survive a Blizzard on Incineroar. And then Incineroar should take it down with a Flare Blitz. And Raging Bolt is stopped. We got frozen! No! Wait, no, it'll thaw. It'll thaw because it's using Flare Blitz. It's fine.
Lucas,
Fire
how
moves.
dare they use random tactics like that? Bullshit.
It's bullshit, right? How dare they rely on lucky
Absolute-
tactics? I forgot. No,
absolute-
fire moves just immediately thaws you out of the ice, which makes so much more sense and used to be so infuriating. Of like, I'm a fire Pokemon. Like Moltres is on fire, using Fire Blast, and it's still somehow frozen.
Which is kind of funny. I think Moltres just sat there, be like, "Help me."
To be fair, like, the luck doesn't strike that time in terms of, like, the thaw out is guaranteed if you use a fire move. If that's what you were referring to, but yes. That if you use a fire move, as it makes sense, thaw out. That's just a guaranteed thing to happen. It's like, oh shit, I'm frozen. And it's like, no, wait, I'm using Flare Blitz. We've got this. Don't worry. Oh. Hi there, Mirage. Thank you for joining. Oh, I thought that everything was over the moment I saw the freeze happen, and it's like, no, wait. Flare Blitz will get us out of this. It'll get us out.
Right. It's all ogre now.
I'm surprised we pulled that one back. I'm happy with that. At the start of that battle, I was like, man, there is not enough team synergy in this. Like, we've lost this one immediately. It goes well so far, yeah. Funnily enough, the only person I being able to beat us is Red Hot in chat, who won a 2 out of 3 against us. But online ranked battles, we're 3 for 3, baby. Thought the start of that battle was bad enough that we were out. Managed to pull it back. That Incineroar Raging Bolt combo.
Like, Incineroar is just such a complete Pokemon.
He's almost unmatched. It's like Flutter Mane's really scary because it's just fast and strong. But in terms of just an all-rounder, like Incineroar's got everything.
It's like the most complete Pokemon in the game. There's nothing it can't do.
It really is, like, apart from maybe like the unregulated Pokemon that are going to come in, but no worries, Mirage. Well, I mean, we do this, like, it's not often that we do these Pokemon Battle in streams. It's only every other Thursday at the moment. But, like, you know, if you wanted to come back in a fortnight and challenge me to a battle, then I'd happily take battles with viewers and stuff.
You need to start stepping up your numbers, mate. Get more of these on go.
I probably should, but again, I've just like had other things to focus on at the moment, so I've not been able to build many Pokemon teams and stuff, so I didn't want to put too much pressure on myself. But I would like to maybe more towards the summer and stuff start upping my game of how much of these we're doing. Maybe by the time we finish the Nuzlocke next week, maybe I'll just focus on doing more of these.
It'd be a shout, yeah, because that's the thing as well. It improves your skills. It gives you that audience interaction that, like, you know, people so crave.
It's like every team's just like gotta have that Incineroar on it. I feel like I see more Incineroar than I do Flutter Mane, even though Flutter Mane at like VGCs has more usage.
I think it's just instant all the versatility. You see it more because there's no reason not to slot it on your team. It's like pot of greed. Why would you not have it on your team? It's so useful.
Yeah, why not? Go Raging Bolt with that Ninetales. And Incineroar and wait. I'm already thinking just like the weakness policy on the Gouging Fire is just not great because Fire Dragon has so few resistances that weakness policy is not.
Could you like just do an Earthquake on your own side of the team to be a dick?
I mean, I could, but that's not the best option, really.
Bulldoze?
Maybe, yeah. A Bulldoze, Trick Room.
Well, it slows your opponents down as well, but it doesn't reduce. It reduces everyone's speed by the same amount, so you're neutral. Remember that was a tactic with oh, was it now? Tyranitar. Tyranitar, that one where it's like payback.
Oh yeah. The beat up one is it?
Way if your stats have been lowered that turn, the dark move that does like double damage if your stats have been lowered, but then give it a weakness policy. So you just like your first turn, just use Bulldoze. Okay, Tyranitar now is weakness policy and lash out, base 150 damage plus stab, plus like a double boost from that, and it's like to delete any one Pokemon on the opposite team.
May just yeah, we'll use Terra Blast on the Ursaluna and Heat Wave, and just hope that the Ursaluna gets killed. I'm presuming that Uxie is there to set up a Trick Room. Play Amulet on Gouging Fire is a good shout. Just stop it getting its stat lowered. Especially with how many Incineroars are running around with Intimidate, right? There we go. Hopefully shortline Ursaluna down. Yeah, there we go. Like, Uxie may set up some shit, but it's not as immediately scary as an Ursaluna is. Yeah, it's got the Trick Room off. But Blood Moon Ursaluna under the Trick Room is like so much scarier than stopping the Trick Room happening.
Love the idea that in Trick Room, just this really large round bear becomes like there's 1,000 miles.
Yeah, just unstoppable.
So all I picture in my head is like Dragon Ball, like instant transmission in towards you. You're like, oh god, no! I've lost sight of the bear is approaching at high speed.
Actually, probably worth just getting an Intimidate on that Baxcalibur and trying to get the Dragon Pulse on it for the super effective hit.
Visual on bear lost.
I love how much Baxcalibur's like looking upwards at that Ranger Bolt. Like, I've got this. Oh, the light screen. Fuck you, Uxie.
Give it a good go, right?
It still took out the Baxcalibur, though. There we go. Yeah, more just put the assault vest on the Raging Bolt because I already have been finding leftovers in Incineroar so useful.
It's just a Pokemon that you want to stay alive for as long as possible.
And most people put Citrus Berry on it, but it's like, yes, me personally, I just was like, fuck it, I want the leftovers on that.
That's like leftovers as a concept as well. So every now and it's after every turn, your Pokemon has a little nibble. Like when you got like a bag of popcorn or something, the cinnamon, it's like after every like few sentences, it's like have a nibble. That's what it's doing.
Wondering is that Incineroar's. I'm just gonna fake out the what hope. Changing your Incineroar into going fire, full fire blitz.
Look at that. The crown for the King of Iron Fist. Looking go.
You doing what? Yeah, fair. Just going for the big flare blitz on Raging Bolt.
Just delete that shit.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about the tactic you used when you were 8 years old still being effective at the highest possible level of play.
It really is, right? Just
as simple as it is, it's really hard to defend against being hit really hard with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
So the whole thing in it of like, okay, a guy who's like a master of martial arts, but okay, but you can't defend against someone just swinging wildly with a baseball bat. I don't care how good you are. Eventually, if I swing it hard enough, there's nothing you can do. It reminds me of I saw a great breakdown of one of those like later Halloween movies with Michael Myers. There's like a scene in it where the town that he's terrorizing all just get together and say, you know what? Fuck this guy. And they all just bum rush him with baseball bats. It's that thing about, he's like, he's scary. He's got like supernatural powers, but there's not really much he can do against like 20 people with baseball bats just swinging on him.
It's a pretty hard tactic to counter, right?
Yeah, and I just thought the way it's got broken down is like, it's actually kind of genius, and I want to see that in more horror movies. I want to see like just 100 people bum rush a Xenomorph with baseball bats and take it out.
Like, what happens when Freddy Krueger turns up into your dreams, but 100 teenagers are asleep at once?
Yeah.
They're all in there together. They've figured out to just mind meld.
Yeah, like, what a fascinating concept of, like, I know you're, like, really good and scary, but if just, like, 100 of us team up and beat you up, there's not really anything you can do about that. And if anything, it's just a ringing endorsement for unions.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how powerful you are, if we all just come together at once. Okay.
It still amazes me that a giant corporation made the movie Ants, where the message is just, hey, if we all team up and fight for better conditions, we'll get them because their overlords can't stop us.
Even if we are literal ants.
Yeah. Fired the staff afterwards for having to give them more wages.
God, of course they did. Isbel, thank you for joining. Hello there. We're just clutching out this at the moment. Like, well, no, I say clutching. With 3v1, I was a little bit scared there, but Walking Wake managed to hang on through just getting focused down by Uxie and Incineroar. They just didn't have the answer.
The fact you've given that thing a assault vest is so mean. I think when you told me about how bulky it is, I'm like, there's no way it's that bulky.
Well, it's the Raging Bolt I gave it to.
Oh, sorry. I get
the
confused,
Walking Wake, the Suicune one is like, it's bulky, but not quite as Raging Bolt bulky.
But they focus in on the Raging Bolt and they've only just managed to take it out while your Incineroar's been slowly whittling away.
That's the thing, right? Is like, yeah, the Raging Bolt and the Walking Wake are taken out, but you didn't pay enough attention to just Incineroar doing its thing. And now you've got to take on this Uxie with like 3 HP. He's got to take on an Incineroar and Ninetales. It's like, well, what'd you do? Like, well done, you got rid of my 2 threats, but you didn't think about the other 2 non-threats.
You didn't think about that as the most fabulous of all Pokemon. Like, you know, to be fair, like in 3D, I don't think Ninetales is that fabulous because it's like its mane just looks like a fuckboy haircut.
But the Alolan Ninetales does still look really good.
You still got like the elegant curls.
That's true. The grassy terrain also acting as basically like an extra leftover.
Yeah.
But it does act as an extra leftovers for your opponents as well. However, considering we've gone today of like, fuck it, I just made these 3 Pokemon and we haven't really thought of a team. I've just thrown 3 other useful Pokemon in with them. We've gone 4 for 4 online.
It speaks to the strength of just those Pokemon.
Yeah.
As just Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're doing like a little bit of thinking, or not like, you know, discrediting or discounting?
No, of course. Like, but it does just say like, well, just using these 3 Pokemon and an Incineroar is just a really good tactic.
Although it's interesting that you're using all 3 of them. Most teams that just use one, you're using all 3, which I guess just gives you that versatility that not a lot of teams would have in regards to picking one of these.
That's the thing, is nearly every battle I'm bringing only 2 of them in. But I've got all 3 as an option, and I'm normally only choosing 2.
That would throw me off. I'd be like, okay, what's he doing with all 3? If like someone bring like all 3 legendary birds in, it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Which I would love to make a team of like you know, just all the legendary birds.
That would be kind of cool.
Useless. You'd just be like, oh, with one.
Having all 3 like Galarian versions would be pretty damn strong.
You probably could, if they don't have like the weakness of like one rock slide to annihilate them.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's with Prankster Tailwind.
Oh. Oh, just got in. I didn't really want that team, but I changed my mind like 4 times. Like, nope. Not right now. So I think I started with Incineroar, Flutter Mane, yeah. Yeah, that Tailwind. There's nothing stopping that. That's the difference between like the Tailwind and the Trick Room. The Trick Room is deprioritized to go at the end of the turn. Whereas the Tailwind, it's like, fuck you. But we can Fake Out, hopefully. Fake Out, and then just Moonblast them into Annihilation. Which may kill the Tornadus, I'm hoping.
You'd hope so, because I hate that thing.
Oh, who are they Terra typing? I presume Ogerpon. Hoping just like Incineroar can take a hit after the Intimidates happen. Oh, I used. Oh, okay, they fucked me. Yeah, they fucked me. Oh, they both protected. Interesting, okay. Which does mean I can't get the Fake Out on. But I mean, they'll get the Tailwind off. What's Ogerpon's stats like? Because people generally don't build it like full speed, I don't think. How much time we've got left? 23. Shit.
Go fast. I can't even help you because I like.
No, it's fine. Yeah, Incineroar's not going to outspeed it, so. Get the Raging Bolt out. No, battle. Moonblast. Tornado. Kill it. Yeah, it's gonna get that Tailwind. Yeah, Ivy Cudgel. Fine. Take some damage, but maybe the Moonblast will get the kill. There we go. That Tailwind has been set up, and there's nothing I could do about it. So I guess just a double protect turn 1 to make sure they can't just, like, do that thing I tried, a fake out kill. And that Flutter Mane is 1000% faster than I am. So maybe if we do the... Oh, yeah. Terrasilize, Thunderclap onto Ogerpon. Probably be trying to Flutter. Worst, it'll probably be Dazzling Gleam or Moonblast on the Raging Bolt, which is going to Terra Fairy to try and resist that. And then we can Shadow Ball on the Flutter Mane and hope that it's not targeting the Flutter Mane, it's focusing on the Raging Bolt. And then the Thunderclap might also just help take some of that damage down on the Ogerpon as well. I probably won't get the kill, but it'll do some damage if it's going for an attack. If it doesn't go for an attack, we won't do anything. Yeah, it's going for Spike Shield, yeah. Raging Bolt getting the Thunderclap, didn't work. Dazzling Gleam on the Flutter Mane. And then we Shadow Ball back, which should kill it. Yep, good read. Yeah, cool. Figured that Flutter Mane was going to try and focus on getting the Raging Bolt down first. So we take advantage. And use our Flutter Mane. And then the Urshifu as well. Oh, okay. Ah, so that's the question is, like, which do we want to use Thunderclap on, the Urshifu or the Ogerpon?
They're both, like, scary, right?
Yeah, both of them are pretty scary, but the Thunderclap has a chance to kill the Urshifu, not a chance to kill the Ogerpon.
Go for the guaranteed kill, mate. You always go for the guaranteed
kill. Oh wait, it's not the water type Urshifu. It's the dark type one. So we'll Thunderclap on the Ogerpon for the super effective hit, and then just try and Moonblast the Urshifu. And hope for the best. Okay. Spike Shield's fine again. Bit of a waste of the Thunderclap, but we'll be okay. It's going for Ice Punch on the Fairy type, which is a bit odd. And the Moonblast might kill it. There we go. Yeah. So that Ice Punch was a really odd choice based on what moves it probably had available to it. It should have gone for at least a stab move. And now the Ogerpon just is on its own. It's like, I guess at some point it has to get hit by the Thunderclap because it has to attack, right? And it wouldn't have killed. But yeah. I feel like they underutilized some of the chances they had there.
Is that also like a positive for you then, that you're noticing mistakes your opponent made?
Yeah, for sure. It's like, oh, well, presuming on the builds that I have on my Pokemon, or the builds that I suggested on those Pokemon, I definitely wouldn't have, like, Ice Punched on that Urshifu. I don't know why they did that. Like, the fact that obviously it's just a guess what moveset and build they have. But the fact that I'm building up that knowledge to know, like, oh, well, they probably had a better option as an Urshifu on that Raging Bolt to probably get a kill, right? It's always nice to see those kind of things building up in my brain. But, like, you know, you go back to the start of these where I was like, I don't know what Ogerpon and Urshifu do.
I don't know what these Pokemon can do. That
was my answer to, like, half of the Pokemon coming out, was like, I don't even know what these things do anymore. The fact I'm sitting here and at least acknowledging, like, this is probably build they have something close to, because most people just copy Smogon like I do. That's not, yeah, you know, it's when I say like most people copy Smogon, that's why I like to say I also do that, because it's a clever thing to do. I'm like, what have the community decided is probably just the best, most like reasonable thing to try on this Pokemon? Yeah, the Mind's Eye on Ursaluna is good to know about. See, this is a bit more of a team where I'm like, I don't know what to do here. But I know Chiyu's just like a Heat Wave Pokemon. And then there's the bullshit with like the Dondozo Tatsugiri combo. So I probably want to start with maybe just like Walking Wake and Foot Main, maybe just because get that water resistances. But also just hopefully shut the fuck down that Tatsugiri before it does anything. But I know that like there's the whole commander thing where Dondozo becomes like that super bulky Pokemon with like double every start. So yeah, maybe just throw the Incineroar in there. Well, for the Intimidate. Yeah, just it's probably going for a gimmick build with the Tatsugiri and Dondozo that I'm not fully aware of what the other Pokemon around it were, because I know there's a gimmick with like that and then Flamigo to then copy the stat boosts from Dondozo. That's like a really early gimmick that people were using.
It's just such a funny idea of like the Flamigo comes in and allow me to introduce myself.
Okay, this Foot Main had speed heightened. I think I have it set so that my special attack is heightened, so my Foot Main is at a disadvantage here. In fact, that Foot Main kind of shuts down both of my Pokemon. And I may terrestrialize my Walking Wake into just water to not be KO'd by this Flutter Mane, hopefully. Hydro Mane, Hydro Steam the Glamora. I'm just hoping here. Very scared by this Flutter Mane, but I've got to do something about it. Hoping that it chooses to go for the Walking Wake over the Flutter Mane. What are they doing? Flying type on the Glamora. Okay. Icy Wind on us. Got it. So yeah, our speed will fall, but I'm hoping that maybe we can just... What does Mortal Spin? It's both Pokemon and poisons them both.
Yay. That felt fun.
They got the Flutter Mane at least. Like, we've had our speed lowered and both are poisoned, not badly poisoned, but very least just get rid of Flutter Mane as an option. As long as we're not badly poisoned, that's not too bad. Not good. Here's a bit of a waste of the Terra typing, though. Here's the Dondozo tech coming in. No, you know what, lad? Get rid of Glamora. Okay, yeah. That Dondozo's protecting, keeping itself alive for now.
I do like that, like, shiny for Dondozo. That's kind of cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah. I actually quite like that one. Yeah, so we'll get rid of Glamora. Then it's just, how much is this Tatsugiri Dondozo gonna fuck us up in the back half? Is gonna double his stats. Don't know 100% how this all works. Yeah, there we go. So it just dives into Dondozo's mouth and gives it double stats.
That is now one shiny fish.
One scary fucking fish. But I don't know how any of it works. That's the scariest part. There's so many Cades. Show our pride, yeah. We'll just both go for Tatsugiri with special super effective moves. Oh no, okay, well it doesn't matter anyway.
That is fucking rough.
So I think if I target the Tatsugiri, that's not... it misses. Which
You think you just hit them both, right?
Well, I went for the Tatsugiri, not the Dondozo.
Right, you think you just hit the Dondozo
You'd
instead?
think you'd just hit both, but it said the move missed.
That's like when you select a Pokemon that's like going to get killed by an attack.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like it auto corrects the other Pokemon. That's bullshit.
It is a bit
I
bullshit,
don't like that. I disagree with that.
Hang on, yeah. Let's fake it out and use Volt Switch on it. Oh, for fuck's sake! Ah! Oh. Protect. Yeah, of course. Of course you did. Like, the one real option I had here. Using fake out. Well, let's get a knockoff on you at least. Yeah, that wave crash. Couldn't even get the knockoff on the go. But it's damaged by a lot of recoil. So maybe Thunderclap is on kill percent here. We shall see. Of course it just uses Protect. Like, what's even the point? You're just stalling it out.
And the point is to annoy you, Lucas. That's
No, I know. I know, and it does annoy me. And it's to get a little bit left on the leftovers, so I'm going to use Volt Switch instead for the higher damage to hopefully just outright kill it. But it's got Earthquake. And it still didn't kill. And it's going to Protect again. Ultimately does nothing, but let's Thunderclap just in case. Because either way, the Protect is not going to help it now. But, like, it's just going to maybe keep trying to Protect, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're going to keep trying to Protect and failing. But because it failed this turn, it's gonna work next turn.
Well, it just seems that they're doing it just to piss you off.
No, they're not, because the moment I keep using Thunderclap, every time I use Thunderclap and they fail on Protect, they get a bit of health back.
Oh, fair. They're just trying to, like...
So they're just trying to game their way up to getting health to... Did that actually just happen? Yeah. Fair play. What a bullshit thing. Like, the most bullshit out of all of that is just the fact that when I pick a Pokemon that isn't available to be hit, and I don't know the gimmick behind that, it's like, no, it all missed. It's like, but if that Pokemon was dead, it would auto-target the other target.
Yeah, that's like the thing that cost you the game.
That cost me the match, yeah.
But if you targeted something that was like in the stage of big, it wouldn't let you select it, right?
No, it would. It would.
Really?
Yeah. But the fact it's permanently gone. Like, that Pokemon has been eaten, but it still lets me select it as a thing, and then doesn't tell me or give me any indication that that Pokemon won't just be hit. It's a thing to learn. I'm going to write it down, actually.
There's like the thing that you think might throw you off.
Yeah. That's how gimmicks get you, right? You just don't know what's going to happen.
That is true, yeah.
I just genuinely thought, I was like, well, if I can't attack it inside, then at least I hit the Dondozo because it's not a target. And it's like, no, no, no. We're going to just make you miss. Like, right. Fabulous. That makes great amount of sense. Okay, so they're probably not going to open with an attacker, physical attacker, so I'll keep it Incineroar in the back. Open with Full Main, what can wake again? Or in the back, maybe. Yeah, maybe the Raging Bolt as well. There. It's a bit of a scarier team, that one. Glamora, Raging Bolt. Okay. I figured a Glamora would start. And maybe if I go for the Dazzling Gleam, hit them both, but it won't do much to Glamora. If I just go for two big hits of like the Moonblast on the Raging Bolt, and then the Hydro Steam on the Glamora, one of them's going to die, and one of them's probably going to Terra to get rid of the one-hit KO. That means one of them will die. So one of them's using Terra to escape the one-hit death, but both of them can't, keeping the Raging Bolt alive. Not even going for the Thunderclap, okay. That Hydro Steam should just annihilate that Glamora. Yeah, it does. And then probably going for like a Thunderbolt or a Thunder on Hydro Steam. On Hydro. Maybe? Which is only neutral. Oh, Draco Meteor for the super. forget about that. But that does mean that it's either halved its special attack or needs to swap out. At which point we throw my Raging Bolt in. Iron Hands, that helps. That means we can Moonblast the Raging Bolt to just probably get the pure damage on it. And then if we Terra Blast and Terra Fairy on the Iron Hands, that should take that out as well. There's not really much that they can do to stop that, I don't think. Like, I don't think a Thunderclap's gonna one-hit KO the Flutter Mane. Don't think. We'll see. No, it doesn't Oko it at all. Moonblast for the kill. And the Iron Hands has prolonged its death via the fake out, but see what other Pokemon it's got going on. With a Flutter Mane. Okay. What's it boosted? It's boosted its speed. So I'll protect on my Flutter Mane, and then hopefully just get the Terra Blast kill on Iron Hands. So I think that Flutter Mane is gonna hit pretty hard. And go for my Flutter Mane maybe. Yeah,
I'm not talking much about it, wondering. You're clearly talking so I don't want to interrupt while you're talking to you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'm just trying to think right now. Like, yeah, that Flutter Mane's going to be faster than mine, and it went for the Shadow Ball on mine, which means the Protect was a good read. That Iron Hands took that Terra Blast a lot. Maybe my best option right now might be if it's going to try and Shadow Ball me again, just to Incineroar out instead of Flutter Mane. And then use another Terra Blast on Iron Hands. But I appreciate, yeah, I'm just trying to, like, mind meld at the moment. Like, what can I do with all these Pokemon? Like, it's probably going to just go for a Shadow Ball on my Flutter Mane again, so... Oh, it's going for an Icy Wind. That's fine. Like, that's the thing, is the only thing that's going to be left after that Terra Blast is their Flutter Mane. And their Flutter Mane was already faster than all my Pokemon, so speed doesn't... Oh my god, no. They have, like, the slimmest amount of HP left on the Iron Hands, Carl.
The thing is, though, is like, I took it.
They did. But hopefully that Fake Out will actually just take out that last... like 2 HP that it's got or whatever it's got. Like, that's nearly like the magic pixel right there. And maybe we just get a Thunderclap on the Flutter Mane and see what it does damage-wise. There we go. The Fake Out just finished off that Iron Hands. Like, shut the fuck up. Just go down, please. Got a decent one. That's the thing, Flutter Mane is very powerful, but it also does have to take on 3 Pokemon at the moment. It's pretty rough. Especially when we've got the equivalent of Sucker Punch. The battle was cancelled. There we go, yeah. Just, Flutter Mane is a good Pokemon, but a 3v1 Pokemon is not. It is a glass cannon. It's not built for that shit. Oh, delicious rewards. It is funny that we started getting, like, a bit of resistance the moment we entered Great Ball tier.
Because you've got great balls.
It is because we got Great Ball. So it must mean that, like, you are... I don't know if it does it per rank or per tier that it match makes people. But I did notice this last time as well. The moment I entered Great Ball over Pokeball tier, matches still got, like, significantly harder. So I think, at very least, it ranks match... Like, it does, like, tier-based matchmaking, if not specific ranks. But I'm pretty damn happy with... I didn't really build a proper team and we got 6 out of 7 wins.
That's, like, not bad at all, really, is it? Like, all things considered, that's a pretty solid performance, considering, like, you're not overly familiar with what you're doing.
Familiar with these Pokemon or built a proper team around it of just... Let's spend tonight seeing what these 3 Pokemon can do. And realistically, Red Hot, you, like, knocked down my... my win ratio pretty considerably because I only got 7 out of 10 out of number of battles.
No one ever wants to, like, do another match online, do they?
That's the thing, you can't just rematch. So, Red Hot, you beat me more times in 3 battles than the ranked battles did in 7. Which is a good record to have, I guess. And the only real reason that I beat you the 3rd time was because I'd already learned your team a little bit. I'd already remembered what your plan was. So you were the only person that, with sight unseen teams, just completely annihilated me. But I guess I also had a bit less familiarity with the team at that point.
You'd learn a little bit by the end of the match.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think I'll call it there for tonight, and thank you very much, as always, Carl, for joining me.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry I didn't speak much, but I could hear you, like, explain your thought process, which is, like, obviously important to help you remember what it is.
And it's important, I think, to, like, let people just kind of, who are a bit less familiar with Pokemon, just keep abreast of what's happening, yeah.
Yeah, rather than me just, like, doing, like, color commentary is fun, but it's not always necessary.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate you for joining in and sticking around anyway. But Carl, you know, maybe soon I'll convince you to build your own team.
No. There's no.
Yeah. I mean, Red Hot, like, you definitely do decent online with that team, yeah. Like, I was doing decent online with my team, and you actually built a proper team. So, yeah, you definitely do well. Thank you, as always, for, you know, just popping in and helping me improve and helping me learn. It's always nice to have people in chat to be able to do that with. But no, I think maybe if I convince, like, our other mutual friend to get into it all, maybe we can both, like, form a group together to be like, Carl, get into VGC.
No. That said, I'll play with you, but I'm not getting into it.
Yeah, it's completely fair, and I completely understand why you don't want to do it. Obviously, just it's hitting that itch in my brain for me personally. It's been satisfying for me to do.
I believe it's just there's too much to learn. Maybe when I've moved my house.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll get him one day.
You're already planning.
Don't let Carl know, but I'll get him one day. But yeah, thank you all for joining. Be back next Monday. We're still a few off. I think we're like 3 off sub goal wise from doing Mass Effect Mondays, so I wouldn't commit yourself to that. We may actually have to just postpone the idea in general anyway, depending on where you are moving in and out of and stuff. But
yeah, that's fair.
So just to let everyone be aware, like, the Mass Effect Mondays is still a plan. Just Carl's dealing with, like, moving and stuff right now, so he might not be able to, like, commit to it immediately. And obviously I want to put Carl above the idea of, like, you know, needing to commit to this thing if he's in the middle of stressing out and moving and stuff. So that is still the sub-goal at the moment. It just might not be immediate, and we will plan things out accordingly.
Yes, which is appreciated.
Yeah, like, life does get in the way, and I would rather, you know, Carl be able to sort his shit out and me not pressuring him into, like, joining a stupid stream on Mondays if he can't.
But I still can. I can still call in. You just don't know
Yeah,
where I'll be
true.
calling him from. I
You
could be calling him from anywhere.
Just Carl joining in from anonymous country. I just can't wait for like the Mass Effect Monday when it turns out that like Carl's moved into my house and he just sneaks up on me.
Don't start that rumor if people think that's happening.
Yeah, Carl is not moving in with me. But yeah, thank you all for joining. We will be back next Monday for maybe more Balatro, maybe another indie game of some kind or something, but yeah, we'll figure it all out and I'll let people know what the plan is, and obviously we'll keep that sub goal there. I want to get into more Mass Effect Mondays, but I don't want to, like, you know, stress out Carl and pressure him into streaming when he can't, so just Mass Effect Mondays will happen when they happen. And I appreciate everyone's understanding. We're just like, yeah, just life gets in the way and shit happens. Sorry, this is just, you know, something that is not quite as important as, like, where people need to live.
That is true. But then again, video games, mate.
Video games
It's
are
like-
the most
like people on
important thing in the
Twitter.
world.
That people on Twitter would have you believe it's like the most important thing ever.
So yeah, I don't want to make Carl feel pressured or anything to hit that sub goal. So, you know, it's a promise that we will do it when we hit the sub goal, like, in the future. But just I want to make people aware that, like, right now things are just a little bit up in the air and we can't confirm things. But yeah, thank you all for joining it. Hope you all have a lovely day, evening, or night, wherever you are.